Let's talk about some advanced adjectives that you can use to describe places. And let's go ahead and begin and talk about some words you can use to describe, like, well, the landscape, mountains, beaches, lakes. So the first word that I have for you is serene. It just means calm and peaceful. So in this case, it's like you're saying that the landscape looks undisturbed. It's very calm, it's very peaceful. I could say, when driving through the countryside, the landscape appeared serene. Now, you can use this word to describe other things. You could say a person looks serene. And so I just want you to know that, yes, these adjectives are very useful. You can use them to describe different places, different things. I just want to give you something to associate each word with. So the next word that I have for you is stunning. And if you're describing something you see, the landscape as stunning, it means it's extremely beautiful. So this word is often used with the word view, and you might talk about a stunning view. I could say that if you go to Yosemite National Park, there are so many stunning views, and this is true. I would highly recommend you visit Yosemite if you ever travel to the US. And if you are somebody who would like to have a stunning vocabulary, then please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that I can become your teacher. My name is Wes, and the channel is Interactive English, and that's what it's all about, just trying to help you practice and improve your English skills. The next adjective that I have for you is picturesque. This means that something is visually attractive. So that suffix on the end there, that esque, it means like or resembling. So in this case, it's like you're saying something looks like or resembles a picture or a painting. And I could say the view from the mountaintop was picturesque. It looked like it belonged maybe on a postcard. The next adjective is desolate. Desolate, if you're describing a place as desolate, it means empty and not attractive. And this definitely has more of a negative connotation. So I might think of the desert. It's very empty. It's not a place that I want to spend a lot of time, so I could describe it as desolate. Or I could say, after the fire, the forest looked desolate and lifeless. It was empty, it's unattractive, it's desolate. Then we have the word unspoiled. This is a great word. Now spoiled means something is ruined, so that has a negative connotation. So unspoiled has a positive connotation, and you're saying that something is beautiful because it has not been damaged or ruined by people or development. And you could describe some land as unspoiled. I could say the rainforest is unspoiled, which is what makes it so unique. And the next word is pristine. Pristine means, well, in very good condition. And often people may use this with the word condition. Something is in pristine condition. But if we're talking about a place, I would think that, well, this place is well kept, there's no trash. And when I think of the word pristine, I would think of Japan. If you've ever been there and you drive outside the city, it looks pristine. There's no trash. It's really well maintained, and it looks in very good condition. Next, I want to talk to you about words that you can use to describe the atmosphere of a place. These are great adjectives to talk about, well, the mood or the feeling of a place, like tranquil. So tranquil means, well, peaceful and calm, really without any noise. It's very similar to serene, but in my opinion, serene would more often be used to talk about the way a place looks, whereas tranquil really captures like that feeling of calm and peacefulness. I could say I traveled to this picturesque beach with stunning views, and it was so tranquil. It was just very calm and peaceful. The next adjective is vibrant. I really like this one. It means exciting, energetic, full of enthusiasm. And you could use it to describe like a city and talk about the atmosphere. It's very vibrant. But I think this word is great for describing things like festivals and talking about the atmosphere. I could say that Carnival is one of the most vibrant festivals in the world. The colors, the dancing, just the mood, it's just Yes, it's definitely vibrant. And the next adjective is homey. So if you say that a place is homey, it means that it's just comfortable and cozy. And notice it has the word home in it because I think people often associate home as being comfortable and cozy. But in this case, you're not going to use it to talk about your home. You would really use it to talk about another place like a hotel or a room. So I could say that I stayed in a small hotel along the coast with a homey atmosphere. And then we have the word bustling. Bustling means very active and busy, and you could think of big cities. Big cities have an atmosphere that is bustling. For example, Times Square in New York City is always bustling with tourists, all right? Just has that atmosphere, that busy mood, that busy feeling. And speaking of cities, let's talk about some adjectives that you can use to describe cities or towns, like renowned. So if you say that a city or town is renowned for something, it means that it's famous for something. And you're typically going to follow this adjective with the word for. I could say that Paris is renowned for the Eiffel Tower. All right, people think of this landmark when they think of Paris. Or Italy is renowned for pizza. I think connecting it with food, this is a great way to use this adjective. A place is renowned for some food. Cosmopolitan is a great adjective. It means including people from many different countries. So Hong Kong is a cosmopolitan city. New York City is a cosmopolitan city. Then we have walkable, and I included this one because I like places that are walkable. I like to walk. It means that a place is, well, easy or safe to walk in. And you have that suffix, that able, which means able to do. You're able to walk. And I think often you're going to use this adjective and say that maybe a place is easily walkable or it's not walkable. I could say the city had many pedestrian streets, so it was easily walkable. And then there's overcrowded, which means containing too many people or things. And if you're going to use it to describe a place, you're probably referring to too many people. And it's a great word for adding emphasis instead of just saying a place is crowded. I remember traveling to Dubrovnik, Croatia. It's a beautiful city, but the old town was definitely overcrowded. Next is spacious. This is a word that I really like, and it just means large with a lot of open space. And if you describe a city or town as spacious, perhaps you're talking about, well, like the streets or just the layout. Maybe there are a lot of parks, and it makes it feel like it's spacious. Parts of New York City are overcrowded, but if you go to Central Park, it is a spacious area. Another great adjective is charming. It just means pleasant or attractive, and maybe when traveling, I could say, I discovered this charming little street that was very spacious and not overcrowded. Then we have quaint. And this is a little different than charming because it means attractive because of being old-fashioned. So maybe I could tell you that I walked down this charming cobblestone street that had these quaint little cafes on both sides. And now let's talk about describing buildings, structures, or landmarks with adjectives like iconic. And iconic means very famous or popular, and it's often referring to the symbol of something. And you may even use this word with landmark and talk about an iconic landmark. So if you travel to Sydney, Australia, the Opera House is an iconic landmark. And then there's contemporary, which means belonging to the present. And often you're going to use this adjective to talk about, well, the architecture, the way that buildings or homes look. So I could say that, well, Dubai is a very modern city with contemporary architecture. And I'm really talking about the way the buildings look. Majestic. It means beautiful, powerful, and causing great admiration. And you could describe a structure as majestic. I could say the London Tower Bridge is majestic. The Golden Gate Bridge is majestic. The Liberty Bridge in Budapest, right outside my door, is majestic. And those are just some examples. You don't have to describe only bridges as majestic. Now let's talk about some adjectives that are, well, not so good, like gaudy. So if you say that, well, a building or a structure looks gaudy, then you're really saying that it's just unpleasantly bright or showy. So I think that Las Vegas has some gaudy hotels and casinos. I know some others might think that they look majestic, but I think they look a little gaudy. Then there's another useful adjective, dilapidated, which means old and in poor condition. So think of like a building that's, well, it's starting to fall apart. So if I said that the neighborhood was abandoned a long time ago and now the buildings are dilapidated. And then I have a few words to talk about, well, just like a general location when referring to some place, like out of the way. And if you say that some place is out of the way, it means that it's, well, just far away from where people usually live or go. And yes, you're probably referring to like a building or structure like a restaurant. I could say, we ate at this out-of-the-way restaurant, but the food was really great. I'm really saying that the location was just far away from where people usually go. And then I have an idiom, which is also an adjective phrase, and that is off the beaten path. Or you could say off the beaten track. Both of them are okay. And this just means that a place is, well, not known or popular. And typically, you're going to use this in a positive sense. I could tell you that I went hiking in Corcovado National Park in Costa Rica. There were not many people around. It was off the beaten path. And I really like that. And then we have godforsaken. And you would use this adjective to describe a place that is, well, unattractive and contains nothing interesting or pleasant. And often you may use it with the word place, and you talk about a godforsaken place. And the other thing I would say is you might use this like in the moment, like to express your temporary feeling about a place. Perhaps you're having a bad day, you're frustrated, and you feel that just, yes, some place is just a godforsaken place. I could say summer in Florida is extremely hot. And Disney World is usually overcrowded. And if I were there, I'd probably think, I just want to get out of this godforsaken place. There are too many people. It's too hot. Yeah, it just sounds like a godforsaken place to me. So I know I gave you a lot of adjectives in this lesson, and I hope that you learned some new words. If you did, you can let me know by hitting that like button. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. So long.